you won.
Hello, Alaska. We are live again back at the municipality of the Borough Assembly here for the municipality of Anchorage. Don't forget to share. We've got some of our biggest supporters here standing in front of us right now. It's definitely worth sharing with all of you. Open our country, open our state, open our city. They are just about done inside of the building there. They're in their final closing remarks with all the assembly members and the mayor. They have called all of us that disagree with what they have to say in there as being racist. The mayor and them say we have the place surrounded. Oh my gosh, I got to show you guys the people that are still here. There's just a few of us still.
Do you have a hot dog if he comes out?
All right, sorry about the little delay there. I had to get off of the Wi-Fi. It was interrupting the signal. We're back on regular live feed again. We're back out in front of the Lusac Library. Mayor and Assembly are just about done with what they're doing.
Yes, we're getting louder.
We've got the three best mascots you could ever ask for here in front of me. They have the cleanest message of all. Open our state, open our city, open back up our country. The mayor just got done declaring inside that we have the building surrounded. Compared to the 500 plus to almost 1,000 people that were out here earlier waiting for them to show up, this is just a small handful of people.
We heard the story.
They have unanimously passed, except for Jamie Allard, and I don't think there was anybody else that dissented on that vote to pass the $22.5 million to buy and purchase those four buildings.
No.
They.
I know.
They say they're going to wait for the federal government's judgment tomorrow when they have their meeting with them on whether or not what they're trying to do is legal or not. But as far as the vote went inside of the building today, everything that they had in their plan for the $156 million that they had has been passed. So every far-left liberal agenda that they have had on the books since Berkowitz took office almost 6 years ago has been passed today. Almost nothing that is there has anything to do with the COVID-19 virus CARES Act to help out Alaskans. It has everything to do with what special interest pocket do they want to line their pocketbook with.
Oh yeah. He's yelling.
It is. It's definitely time to recall them. Recall them all. There's only one assembly member there that doesn't deserve to be recalled, and that's Jamie Allard. She's the only one that stood up for everybody in Anchorage's rights.
Cat's gonna wake me up at 4:30 demanding to be fed.
Are they just trying to wait us out?
I believe they are. They're doing their final arguments. So.
I think they're trying to wait us out. going anywhere.
What we ought to do is just bring all of our vehicles up and surround it and then take a nap.
This has been a peaceful protest throughout the entire day. Everybody took a break to go to dinner and get something to eat, and then they came back.
And there's statues on the other side that are not broken down.
Actually, on that end, we came out earlier and we saw people out here ran back in. That's why we went over there.
So the mayor was in there.
The mayor is in there, yes. The mayor got dropped off by somebody earlier.
Yep.
You're fueling his fire.
He's not?
I haven't seen him on camera in a little while, but that doesn't mean anything.
He might have snuck out.
Snuck out while we all went out to get something to eat?
He was here earlier.
I thought he was here when we came back. Yeah.
Some people were over there and he said the mayor was, he came out and saw him and then run back in. Yeah. That's why we all went over there.
Yep, not too much excitement going on out here. I mean, we're just all patiently trying to sit here and wait for them to get done with what they're discussing, and there several people got live feeds going on. I currently got a live feed with watch party happening with the final arguments they got going on inside the building there. But by assembly standards, out of 9 people, 7 people unanimously out of the 9, 7 of them unanimously passed everything that they had in their plan. If you are like me, sitting watching their work sessions through the past week or so that they've had them on this discussion, everything that they had inside of their plans was nothing more than every socialist dream list item that they have had for the last 6 years wanting to do but never had the money to do it. They used that COVID money to do it this time around. What little they did distribute to us Alaskans was more or less just a token to say they actually did something. It had nothing to do with actually helping out the people that are suffering or the businesses that are out there. If you look at the $21+ million they say that they gave to small businesses and such, if you look at what's really carved out in there, most of the majority of that money is going straight into the nonprofits of Alaska, who have already received the bulk of our permanent fund dividends, state funding, federal funding, and the COVID CARES Act to begin with. The Ramsonson Foundation, Senator Natasha Von Inhofe family's organization, who also happens to be the one who sits on the chair of the Senate Finance Committee. Her family has already received $75 million from the COVID CARES Act that was distributed by the federal government, on top of what the state gave her, that organization, on top of our permanent fund dividends, on top of what the city is currently going to give them for passing of the this CARES Act funding coming from Anchorage City itself. You got $51? You got more out of it than I did. I wonder how well they're hearing their meeting now. Can you say, can you hear me now? How about now? Hey, Mayor. Hey, Assembly. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, me too. I shouldn't be standing up so long myself.
Interesting times we're now living in.
We're getting our second man.
Derek, go up there and run. Let's run.
I think all of those coffees that got distributed earlier are starting to kick in now.
Okay, go ahead. Get in there and do it again.
We're at the Lusac Library. This is the final tail ends of the protests going on out here. These are the folks that have, like myself, have stuck around until the very end so that we can watch the walk of shame of the mayor and assembly members as they come out of there. They have passed the $22.5 million to be spent on the 4 homeless home projects that they have.
Here comes Trump. You better.
Uh-oh, look out, Trump's coming.
Go get him, Trump!
I just want to shake his hand.
Protection and advocacy organizations.
We're gonna. Hallelujah! We have had a breakthrough, folks!
Oh, what's the breakthrough? Or maybe they're just trying to get us to move.
To the glass window!
Through the glass window. I gotta take a picture. Wait, stay still.
She's a patriot 75-year-old porn honker that's gonna help us liberate this country. Somebody stay here. Watch this door.
Go get them. Make Anchorage great again.
We have our, as it was just stated a second ago, in case you didn't hear it, our 75-year-old patriot horn honker here, moving over to the windows over in the front of the building, hopefully to make it a little bit more noisier for them inside the building, so that we can make sure that they can hear that we're still out here. Of course, don't be surprised if they're having us do this to get us out of this back door. And just so you know, that this is not everybody that's here that we've seen so far in the back of the building.
Yeah, they're watching.
So what's going on is they are disregarding the First Amendment to the Constitution, and they think that they can run shop on us. But it's not going to happen. This is America, and we need to be inside there.
Here. Our 75-year-old patriot here. Moving over to give a little more room for a couple more vehicles. I'm just reporting. I'm not in the middle of this. The more peaceful protest is happening in the far back corner here. Interesting times we are now living in. Yeah, guys, taking things a little too far. Walk of shame already started. Oh, that's just the press. They're getting ready to bail now. Question will be is which door do they choose to come out of? As you can see by the lineup of people that are still out here, they've got all the doors covered from front to rear.
These cowards are going to have to show their faces sooner or later, y'all.
Just so everybody's on the same page, you see that little silver car in front of me? We got a 75-year-old grandma there, patriot, blowing her horn at them inside. If that doesn't speak freedom, I don't know what does. My kids are probably saying right now, Dad, what'd you get yourself in the middle of? We're watching you. have done it. APD's now here. We're over there telling our 75-year-old grandma patriot that's out here something. They're telling them that they need to move because they are blocking the drive. So, you know, as long as they go around in a circle blowing their horn, they're perfectly fine.
Don't submit. Please stand behind you.
So APD is just coming up and politely reminding them that they need to move.
Save the children! Lock up the pedophiles! Back the blue! Lock the Bill Gates! Back the blue! Localized government! Back the blue! Back the blue!
You can see the city has sent out their own urchin.
Hey guys, we do appreciate you guys.
Back it up! Back it up!
Get up off the streets.
Back it up!
Off the driveway.
Are you from inside the chambers?
That's the confrontation.
Please help in assisting us to open up the journalism here in Anchorage.
So that was Channel 2 that's standing right there doing their own little live stream at the moment.
Did he get it? Sorry.
I love our grandma. She is doing such a good job here today. 75 years old and really letting them know how she feels. They tell us we can't park here, but nothing says we can't go around in circles. APD did everything that they were able to do. We back our blue, especially with the ordinance that they're doing. Back the Blue Rally, Northern Lights and New Sword on what day?
On my phone so you can see it.
Mouse these blankety blanks is on point.
Can you see it?
Back the Blue Rally on 8:20, 4:30 to 6:30 on
Northern Lights and New Sword.
Northern Lights and New Sword. Don't forget to share the video, pass on the word. Back the Blue Rally on 8:20, 4:30 to 6:30. Northern Lights and New Sword. These folks, they're being dismantled by the ordinances that they're trying to pass in there that will be coming up. Hope to see you all there.
Including the unborn. Lock up Bill Gates. Lock up Soros. All the lives matter. Including the unborn. Including Levi. Lose America on my watch, ladies and gentlemen. No, sir, not on mine either. We just want to talk. All we want to do is handcuff you. This is the rescue.
They won't let us in.
You'll never believe that it's almost pitch black where those guys are standing over there. I love this camera.
Walmart, it's the new jail. All the tyrants can go there. Walmart has done it. The new jail. Let the tyrants come out of their hole.
I love our grandma. She is doing such an awesome job. 75 years old, she's out here taking it to Berkowitz.
Ethan's in there taking a shit. Ethan's in there taking a dump.
That's special.
All that swab shit gotta come out sooner or later, you know. And the coil out of his mouth. Let's go, you power
They just had behind closed doors meetings spending $156 million, ignoring our rights, telling us Alaskans that live here that we have no right to tell them how to spend that money. That's what a dictatorship does. That's what tyranny is. Oh, they're going to hide until midnight? They say there's a riot going on out here outside. "75-year-old grandma right there. 75-year-old grandma. This is a riot."
come outside. That's why we're here. Do it.
Just so we're all clear here, everybody that's tuning in right now, do not forget to share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share. We've had a visit from the APD. All the APD wanted to do was to make sure that we were not blocking the driveway. Other than that, we are peacefully protesting out here tonight. The mayor and the assembly members inside just declared us a riot. You heard that correctly. The mayor and assembly have declared our group out here as being a riot. I think that's pretty hilarious. Oh, we got finally a brave soul.
Where's the coward?
APD has declared this is a peaceful protest. They were just out here about 10 minutes ago. They are not going to disperse this crowd. In fact, they have already left. The mayor and assembly inside are literally, I'm just going to put it out there as bluntly as I could, a bunch of cowards hiding inside until just been heard for till midnight or longer. They're hoping to wait out the crowd that's out here because they've declared us a riot. Yes, you have heard that right. They declared us a riot. They have totally infringed upon our constitutional rights. They held closed-door meetings where the public, by their own statutes that they have, their own ordinances here in the municipality of Anchorage, that the public is to be present. And I love our grandma. Grandma here, she is doing so awesome. "75 years old, she's out here just raising hell." This is what they're calling a riot, folks. Isn't that hilarious? I'm just laughing at it. It's just funny as hell. I mean, I got a political joke for you. Mayor Berkowitz. So here we are. We've got a couple of dozen people out here peacefully protesting. We figured since they can't hear us what we've had to say in overwhelming testimonies, we just took it up a notch.
Which channel are you on? Save Anchorage or?
I'm politically. P-O-L-I-T-A-C-I-C-K. 3.5 years covering politics here in Alaska. All right, folks, we got 60 of you online at this time of the night. Share, share, share. Let's get this out there, just like what was going on earlier. We are here to let the mayor and assembly know that we do not appreciate, nor will we tolerate their draconian measures of passing $156 million worth of budget items without letting the public in by ordinance, by laws that are written with here in the Anchorage community. They cannot restrict us from being present inside of that room. Assemblywoman Jamie Allard tried to put an ordinance put forward to them to allow us in there, and they would not let us into the room. I love our 75-year-old grandma. I can't say that enough. That is just so awesome. There is literally only a couple of dozen people that are sitting out here. We are peacefully protesting, other than we are just a little bit on the loud side. And the mayor and the assembly inside have declared this a riot. That's funny. Anyways, APD was here about 20 minutes ago. Other than the vehicles that were parked in front of the building that are now driving around in circles, that is the only thing they said that we had to do, was not to block the entrance here. And right there, I love her. I am never going to quit saying it. I love our 75-year-old grandma that is out here rallying with us tonight. Again, the mayor and the assembly have declared this peaceful protest, which other than being a little bit noisy out here, as being a riot, an R-O-I-T, a riot. Or is that R-O-I-O-T? Man, I'm so tired I can't even spell straight. Let's just put it this way. It's comedy, you know? They think this is a big group of vigilantes that are standing out here protesting. As you can see by the crews that are out here at the moment, we are not. Again, we're just a bunch of Alaskans that decided to stick it out till the very end. We're here to let the mayor know and the assembly know that we have not forgotten that they have broken the law. They are continuing to break the law. Having closed doors meetings without the public being involved is completely against every ordinance and law that is in Anchorage community area. Yes, seriously, they declared us a riot out here. They are terrified. I've been told that they're going to sit there and hide in their chambers until midnight or later, hoping that these folks all leave. Myself, I don't live in Anchorage. I still got a couple-hour drive ahead of me once this is over with. But I figured this was just too important to walk away from. I needed to stay till the very end. I love our 75-year-old grandma. I will not get old saying that one bit here tonight. APD came out about 20 minutes ago. I'll swing over to the window here. We had 2 vehicles parked directly in front of here that were blowing their horns. They came out and says that we can't park there, but we were allowed to go around in the circle. Directly after they got us to start moving around in a circle, APD packed up and left. So if we're a riot, like the mayor is trying to claim, and like the assembly members inside are trying to claim, why did APD leave? Just so we're all on the same page, there's about a couple of dozen people that are still left out here waiting for the mayor and the assembly to grace us with their presence. But they are too scared to come out there. They've declared inside of their chambers there that we are a riot outside. APD has come and shown up, and that was only to let people know that they can't park in front of the building here. So now they're circling around. And I'm going to say it again. I love this lady. 75 years old, and she's out here just laying it on them. The mayor and assembly unanimously, minus 2 votes from my understanding, passed the $22.5 million to spend on those 4 buildings for the homeless. That has absolutely nothing to do with the coronavirus and the money that they're spending on it. Their plan that they laid forward tonight is nothing more than lining the special interest pockets of Alaska that already receive state, city, federal, or permanent fund dividends, and now the lion's share of the COVID CARES Act money. I'm wondering if this lady will let me adopt her to be my grandma. I love her. From my understanding, the federal government is stepping in tomorrow. They are coming in and to sit down and talk with them about what their plans are for spending this money. Whether or not our far left federal judges that we have or those that'll be here from them tomorrow will do anything, that is yet to be determined. The cops only said that we need to be circling and that we're just not allowed to park out front. Other than that, once we agreed to it, they went ahead and left. Support the Blue Rally 820 this month on the 20th. 4:30 to 6:30, Northern Lights and Old Seward. The mayor and assembly have an ordinance that's going to create what we would classify as red flag laws, giving the criminal more rights than our own police department have. So if I just caught the conversation there correctly, they got about 50 more minutes until legally they are no longer allowed to be sitting inside of the building, and they have to come out no matter what. Another news crew finally decided to show up, come out of the front of the building. He was inside with the assembly and them. Channel 2 was out here just a little bit ago with their cell phone, holding it directly in people's faces.
Oh, yeah. Who's that other guy right there?
Yeah, I think he's channel 11.
Dictator Berkey, come outside these pearly gates. Show your face, you coward.
Yep, the Mayor Berkowitz still has his emergency powers in play. He can unilaterally do whatever the hell he wants, and the assembly cannot override him as long as he has those powers in his control. They also voted to have us all ejected out of here earlier. We had close to 1,000 people that was here when they had arrived earlier today. Chris Constant, Assemblyman Chris Constant, put an ordinance in to have us removed by the APD for disobeying their mandate of 20 to 25 people peacefully protesting. Well, there was close to 500 people that was here. APD notified us that we were peacefully protesting and they were not going to do a darn thing about it. The mayor, terrified that the actual laws and constitution that we have in our state and the ones that they are supposed to be following under the charters and ordinance and laws that they have set in place here in Anchorage.
We're not bowing the knee to the devil. We're standing on the word of God and Jesus Christ.
Shame on you, Berkowitz. Shame on you, Anchorage Assembly.
And in case you guys missed the best joke of the night, I have a political joke for you. His name is Mayor Berkowitz. Oh, we've got the nightly patrol that's here now. Back the blue!
The blue.
Back the blue!
Back the blue. Mr. Officer, that's a one-way.
We got the police department going the wrong way on a one-way. Uh-oh.
Which includes the First Amendment, which is still a thing.
He just came out to say that supposedly we're making a little bit too much noise, and the residential ordinance that is in place for noise pollution should apply. But unfortunately for him, there are no residents in this area. Zero, none, nada, zip. Unless, of course, you're talking about the homeless person that's sleeping over there. Or over there, yep. Those are about the only residents that we have sleeping out here. Non-tax-paying residents, correct. So just so that we're all on the same page, APD got called out again by good old Mayor Berkowitz in the assembly inside, trying to strong-arm their way into making us quiet down, saying we're making too much noise in a business district that doesn't have any residential ordinances to apply. And what's even funnier is watching APD go the wrong way down a one-way street to let us know that. That is just hilarious. I'm surprised they haven't ordered APD to show up in force out here to come and escort them out of the building.
We will happily take the zip ties if they won't let us put it on the mayor. All we want to do is citizens arrest him and hide him up in Walmart for he's violating the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Some do have a little bit more gusto than others that are here. Yes, I will agree with you on that. In case you missed it earlier, we have had now 2 visits from APD. We have been declared a riot by the mayor and assembly. The first time they declared us as a riot, APD showed up. There was vehicles. You can see where these 2 gentlemen are standing right over here. There were 2 vehicles parked right up front that was blowing their horns. APD came in and asked them politely that they cannot park there. But they did give us permission to go ahead and go around the circle, and we can continuously drive around all we wanted out here. Then APD just showed up again, sent back out again by Mayor Berkowitz and the assembly inside, telling us that we are making too much noise, and APD decides to drive the wrong way down a one-way street to let us know this. Without their lights on, yes.
That's okay. We'll still support them.
And yes, we do back the blue. Anybody that's just tuning in right now, 8/20, the 20th of this month, between 4:30 and 6:30, Northern Lights and Old Seward, they are having a Back the Blue rally. Protect that thin blue line. These people sacrifice for us every single day, protecting our lives. And the mayor and the assembly in there are trying to pass an ordinance that you might as well call a red flag law that takes away the ability of our APD, the police department here in Anchorage, to be able to effectively do their job, giving the criminal more rights than us law-abiding citizens have. This little silver car here, I am going to adopt her as my grandma. I love her, 75 years old. She is one patriot that has been out here all night long. She was one of the vehicles that was parked over in front of the building earlier that was blowing their horns in the windows that really upset and disturbed the mayor and those far left assembly. Right now, I'll guarantee you there is one assembly member that could walk out of that building and would get one big rounding round of applause from everybody that is standing out here. I'd like to give a big shout out to Jamie Allard. She is a rock star. She has been solidly standing in there. And you can see just by the applause, just by mentioning her name, she is very appreciated for being on that assembly, fighting for all of us inside of there. $156 million. They approved the $22.5 million for the 4 homeless shelters that they want to purchase. That includes the Beans Cafe. They say that they got their anchor plan that they have been working on for years, but did not include the community in on it. Only their special interest groups like the Ramsensen Foundation and all the other ones that have less than a 5% success rate for the current programs that they have. They had several other plans that were presented to them. I'll throw one of them out there. It was called the Juneau plan. The Juneau plan had a 95% success rate when it was applied in Juneau. Compare the difference. Berkowitz and their plan, 5% success. Juneau plan, 95%. Berkowitz plan is going to cost $100 million plus $17 million a year to operate. The Juneau plan would cost roughly $20 million to get it up and running and a couple $1 million a year to operate. Can you see the difference? Only difference, real difference is the special interests of Alaska would not be lining their pockets to get a 5% success rate. You'd get 95%. God forbid you do something that works. Got APD back there in the back corner. Just pulling out. I wouldn't be surprised if they're picking up people and escorting them out of the building. That would not surprise me one bit. Oh, they're coming around the corner again. And APD is driving away. So when the mayor says that there is a riot, a literal riot going on out here, that's why they're terrified to come out of the building.
Seriously, a tunnel that goes over there. That's the third top that has gone behind the black building over there.
Okay, here's the plan. Since there's 2 vehicles over there to pick up people, and since Berkowitz was dropped off at this back door, and there's a cop car waiting there too, for escort or something, Preston's thinking that it's probably going to be coming out that door. The other people may do whatever they got to do.
I thought I just saw the APD vehicle that was back there just left.
I want to double check on that.
Okay.
There were like 2 or 3 back there when I left.
Ah, okay. I've only seen.
But there's one for sure is parked right close to where the other 2 vehicles are parked. So we leave a smattering over there, smattering here. When the time comes, the drug will be over there. That's where we anticipate the Berkowitz be coming out. So I just want to give you a heads up.
So just so that you guys are all on the same page, it seems that the APD is actively working in the back corner back there. They're looking probably to smuggle the mayor out of the building because he's too chicken to face a couple of dozen people that only want to boo him as he walks out the door. He's terrified of being booed. His poor little feelings might get hurt. We got people walking back there right now that are going to take a look. You're a lot faster than they are, though.
We're not going to give up everything that brave men and women died on the battlefield for a couple little fake peon assembly members and a little puny non-mayor, because the mayor is a leader, not a coward that takes the municipal money and hides behind the door and goes against the First Amendment. So we are here to talk to you about the Constitution. We are here to ask you to step down from power. And we ain't giving up until you turn the lights back on. You tell my people they can't go to church. Those are fighting words, boy. Look at me in my eye, you little coward. You think you can take spiritual liberty away with your communist Chinese propaganda hopes? Well, let me tell you something. My God is a mighty God. And he is going to get you. As I pray to him. And I've been seeking him. And a lot of these people believe in the Lord Jesus Christ as well. And let me tell you how it ends. Christ is going to come back. And you are going to be judged for every word and everything you've ever done. So I suggest you repent and seek Jesus Christ while you still have the ability. My watch says you got 35 minutes until it's illegal for you to conduct any business in there. You're not ignorant. We got media workers that don't even have names because we're on. So try and hide. This is my town. We need to go back to California. You are truly a coward. Majority of the assembly, minus Jamie Allard, Ethan Berkowitz, you're a coward.
So I am absolutely amazed. 100 people are currently watching this live stream going on right now. I would love to see this video being shared far and wide. I'd love to get back up to 200 like we were earlier today. Alaskans need to see what a coward our mayor is and the assembly members that work for him. They have declared us a riot. They are terrified to come outside of the door. They have turned the lights off of the outside of the building here. They have 35 more minutes before they are legally no longer allowed to be conducting business inside of the library. We are patiently waiting. They have put APD out here twice now, telling us that we are being a little bit too noisy to keep the noise down, that we're supposedly in a residential area. So we're a law-abiding citizens. We cut the noise out. We'd like to also add that we had people parked right there, and they had declared that this was not allowed, that they had to keep circling. So we did what they asked. APD has done nothing all day long to remove anybody here, even though the mayor and the assembly earlier today passed an ordinance saying that we were illegally protesting. But let's point out that the hypocrisy behind this. Black Lives Matter has a rally here in Anchorage. The mayor goes and shows up. Thousands of people that are sitting there. He goes and gives speeches. Yet during this COVID crisis, that's acceptable. Because why? Because it's Black Lives Matter. But when it's a group of patriotic citizens standing up for their God-given legal rights that we have been granted living in Anchorage, Alaska, and the state of Alaska, and in the United States, we're now a threat to his liberty?
conspirators to usurp the constitutional Bill of Rights and strip Americans of their power, their guns, inoculate them with guns, and then sell us out to a police Chinese-run government. No thanks. We don't want to be like Australia. We're going to go ahead and do our First Amendment thing until the cows come home. And guess what? You have me cows. We ain't going nowhere.
It's funny because they canceled half of the business that they were going to do. Because they had to cancel the stuff with the funding because they got a meeting tomorrow with the feds on that.
Really?
The Justice Department,
Well, they said they canceled it. Then they turned around and went ahead and had a vote on it anyways.
Oh, did they?
They did. But the vote is technically not official until they get done with their federal investigation that's going to be starting tomorrow about how they're planning on using this COVID CARES Act. Considering over 50%, and I will say this, over 50% of that $156 million is for projects that they have been dreaming of doing for the last 6 years.
Yeah, they're stealing the money like they always do.
Yes. None of it has to do with the COVID crisis. It has everything to do with how they're going to spend it. That has everything to do with their socialist programs they've been trying to pass for the last 6 years.
That's what politicians do. Remember the $500 million we got for 2 bridges?
Yes.
The bridges didn't get built. The money went in the general fund and got spent on all those other things.
Oh, we'll throw out the KGB road project. It was completely 100% funded, and good old Governor Walker at the time, the mayor who shall not be named, as I always like to call him, he stripped all that money back out to fund his gas line to nowhere as punishment to the Valley because the Valley wouldn't follow his liberal agenda that he had. They wouldn't vote yes. So those that are just tuning in right now, we've been visited by APD out here twice. We have peacefully assembled all day long. We did get a little noisy earlier, blowing some horns, letting the mayor and the assembly know that we were still out here. APD, we had a couple of vehicles that were parked right here. APD showed up and said that they couldn't park there, that it was a hazard, so they went ahead and started circling around the block. APD left. APD showed up about an hour later, says we need to keep the noise down. Ordinance of residential neighborhood laws saying you can't be noisy past a certain hour. We oblige. We're law-abiding citizens. We quit blowing our horns. All of APD, there's not a single APD that is here anymore. The ones that were behind the building have all packed up and left. We are a peaceful protest, just as we have started out from the beginning. We have been all the way through. Yet the mayor and the assembly earlier have declared this a riot outside. That's why they're still hiding in the building. They refuse to come out. They have about, I think, 25 minutes left, and then legally they are no longer allowed to be conducting any business inside of the Lusac Library, and they have to leave. Otherwise, they themselves are currently breaking the law if they do not. Should we call APD on them and have them arrested for being in the building illegally?
I should have picked up those zip
We should.
I looked right at him today.
As far as we know, he has not left out of the building. We got people that are camped out, a couple out in the very front of the building for the library. We're sitting here at the side door where they normally come in and out of. Just swing over here just so you can see. And then there's a couple more people at the far back side of the building to make sure that nobody sneaks out the back door. All of their vehicles, though, are still here in the parking lot in front of us, so nobody has left.
I got breaking news.
What's that?
The only bathroom we can use is over there, and they want us to wash our hands with warm soapy water for 20 seconds. They did. Other things.
What if I use the homeless bathroom?
The homeless bathroom. This Wuhan Chinese hoax was funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Fucci, and they dumped Obama dumped millions into the Wuhan laboratory before he left. Is this thing still rolling?
Oh yeah, we've been live the whole time.
I'm where I was.
But Obama dumped millions into the Wuhan laboratory right before he left office. What I want you people to tell your friends and family, do not get the vaccine, because it will do nothing but harm to you. The vaccine, what you want to do is breathe fresh air, not wear the mask because that cuts your immune system down. Don't get the vaccine with the chip. Don't get the unchipped vaccine. Don't get a tracker app, which they're tracking your phones. Don't get the tracker app. What they're going to do is have you get the vaccine. All this is about power manipulation control, and then they're going to roll out the digital ID patch, which is the mark of the beast, which is man's number. The patch is going to go on the arm. The ink is going to go into the skin. The nanotech. Are you getting your numbers going up or down?
They're going up.
The nanobots are going to go into the skin, and you're going to be human anymore. I don't know. All I know is the book of Revelation says, don't get that number. In a nutshell, we are very, very close. They want to roll out this program here where you go to the airports. They're going to put a probe in your mouth. They're going to test you for any of the viruses, which is complete baloney, BS. If you have...
Well, I'm going to interject here. We just got to, literally at this point, I've crunched the numbers. We've got a 99.99% plus several more percentages above that 0.99 that has not been affected by this virus here in the state of Alaska. If you look at how many people have been affected, it has been 99.99% that have not been affected by this virus that is here in Alaska. This is going off of our own State of Alaska's website for what they have reported for the coronavirus cases at the moment. Whether or not the government has a more extensive plan on what they plan on doing with us after that, it is very hard to say. There are a lot of rumors that are going on out there about this. But nothing to say that it isn't true. But until I see more hard concrete facts, I'm going to stick to the facts. And that bottom line is we've got less than a 0.00035% of our population has had the worst thing happen to them from this virus. And we have locked down our entire state and destroyed our economy just for this.
Oh, man.
4 out of the 5 days.
So, whether you believe it or not, this COVID virus, the response to it, the overreaction to it, whether it's real or not, created in a lab or not, what it will do is it will create 1,000 times as many economic and psychological deaths on this planet as will the actual virus.
Sure, we've had more people commit suicide since this has started. Numbers have gone up by 300%. Homicides have gone up by 300%. Domestic violence from the last number I saw is almost a 600% increase, depending on where you are looking at. We have places and cities like Chicago, Portland, New York that are completely destroying and tearing up their cities.
Children dying in the streets on a daily basis, being shot by their own people. All lives matter, including the unborn, especially the unborn, and blue lives. Also, Black lives matter, Native lives matter, every human life matters.
Yes, we had close to 500 to 1,000 people that were here yesterday for the questions rolling across right now. It has been a 100% peaceful protest.
Caused all third and fourth world countries to go down a step. If you were a second world country, you are now a third world country. It will kill people by the tens of hundreds of millions through poverty and economic strife. We must band together for prosperity and peace.
Okay, and the other thing is that the president said you're not going to see me for a while, and there's some serious stuff going on with the busts that are going down. The president says you guys probably won't see me for a while. I've made a lot of people really mad, a lot of really wealthy people. And there's a lot of darkness about you've heard hashtag save the children. There's some really disgusting things that rich billionaires and millionaires are being exposed for. So we're about to see at the same time that people are hiding behind closed doors, moving their citizenship to Greece, canceling their magazines.
Oh, We got our grandma. I love our grandma.
Honking grandma.
Can I adopt you?
Queen of Anchorage.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the comments there. Hey, we are sitting out here in front of the Lusac Library right now. There's just a handful of us left. The mayor and the assembly are currently hiding inside of the building. They have declared us a riot. They are too terrified to come out of the building. They have sent to APD here several times today. APD has said that we have done nothing wrong, that we are peacefully protesting. We had people that were parked in front of the building here that were blowing their horn. They said that we needed to at least keep them moving. That's what we did. Then APD returned again a little bit later to say that we were breaking the noise ordinance because of the time of the night. APD pulled into the parking lot, came in the wrong direction, so on a one-way street with their lights off to let us know that we were being too noisy. Being the law-abiding citizens that we are, we quit honking our horns, but we're still patiently sitting out here waiting for them to arrive and come back out of the building. That's the assembly and the mayor, that is. Again, they have declared us a riot. That is, and their assembly meeting has been over now for quite a while, but they're still sitting inside.
Blow the bells. The riot bells have been rung of the riot of the great riot of Tulsa.
They have passed the $22.5 million for the 4 homeless homes. They have passed everything that they had in their plan that had absolutely nothing to do with the actual COVID virus itself. They have the federal government sitting down with them tomorrow to discuss their plans of where they want to spend that money, because obviously anybody that has 2 brain cells in their head, which I think 7 of the assembly and 1 mayor are lacking, combined all together, they might have a half of 1, but 2, that would be really pushing it. And they're trying to say that they can lease these buildings. That's one of the things they emphasized more than once there tonight, that we will not technically buy these buildings. We will just lease these buildings. That's one way that they could get around how to spend this COVID-19 money on that. You name the program that they have been wanting to pass for the last 6 years, that was in their plan for that $156 million. The Rasmussen Foundation, which has received already $75 million from the federal government to distribute, has also received even more money from the state of Alaska. That's their share of that COVID-19 money, the $1.5 billion. Well, guess who one of the main benefactors is of that $22.5 million that's being spent for the homeless? The Rasmussen Foundation. Guess who else is a major benefactor of that money being spent? Assembly member Chris Constant. The same assembly member that brought an ordinance down onto the table earlier declaring that we were not allowed to peacefully protest out here, and they wanted APD to come and remove the 500 to 1,000 people that was out here earlier today. APD we called them, asked them what was the scenario, why was this going on. APD said, you have nothing to worry about, you are peacefully protesting out there, which we were, still are. And now we're just patiently waiting for midnight to come around when they legally got to step out of that building, because they are no longer allowed to be able to conduct state business inside of the building.
Okay, you guys, the majority of the assembly and the mayor are flaming liberals. When I say flaming liberals, I mean they're like on fire so hard for socialist Chicom. They're walking lockstep with the United Nations. All they want to do is bow to the knee to communism. But it's not communism. It's devil worship. They do human sacrifice. They eat the adrenal glands of innocent victims. And people are going to get caught for it.
You're killing the message out there.
Is the numbers going up or down?
They're going down. You're killing the message.
They can't handle the adrenochrome. Save the children. We're talking about, Rivera, not letting us in the assembly chambers, but there's a big thing going on. Tune in to Infowars.com and go ahead and ban Channel 2 and Channel 11 from your news. Wear flip-flops where you can get off the clock at work and get an electric bicycle.
For all you diehards out there that are still tuning in, we are getting close to the witch's hour, midnight. That's how long they have until they got to leave out of the building. They are legally not supposed to be conducting any business past that hour. They have declared this small handful of people out here as riot. This is a riot. As you can see, they're smashing vehicles, they're breaking windows, they've got Molotov cocktails, they got lasers going into the APD's eyes. Speaking of APD, we support the Thin Blue Line. They are having a rally for them on August the 20th, starting at 4:30 in the afternoon. It ends at 6:30 at night on the corner of Northern Lights and New Seward Highway. And Northern Lights and the New Seward Highway, we're going to support and back the Thin Blue Line. Our APD does so much for our city when things are down. They had to live with those draconian laws that was created by SB 91. Now they finally have some laws to work with, HB 49, that has some teeth in it, that has actually helped bring the crime down. No matter how many police officers they had hired, it was not bringing the crime wave down under SB 91. But now that they've got laws that got teeth in it, these people are no longer using that revolving door, being arrested for stealing someone's vehicle and being right back out in the street an hour later to go steal another vehicle. And arrested again to be back out an hour later to steal another vehicle. Thanks to HB 49, that has been fixed. Unfortunately, our lawmakers did not complete the bill. They did absolutely nothing for recidivism, to prevent these criminals once they get out, to be able to find good paying jobs or to be able to become part of the workforce or productive members of society. We're still waiting on the lawmakers, if you want to call them that, considering 43 of those that are sitting in Juneau are 100% law breakers. If we were actually to place how many actually have followed the laws over the last couple of years, the last 5 years, if we want to go even further back, going 6 years under Walker's term, not a single one of them, all the way up to Parnell, not a single one of them knows what it means to follow a statutory law here in the state of Alaska. Every single one of them, August 18th, early voting, it has already begun. Vote these rhinos, vote these Democrats out of office. They do not understand what it means to follow the laws that we have, just like the mayor and the assembly that are inside of this building are doing right now. They don't understand what it means to follow the law. There is strict guidelines for that COVID CARES Act money, and that money is supposed to be spent on helping the citizens of Alaska survive this coronavirus, and they decided to take over 75% of it, basically, and just threw it right into the special interest pockets of all the programs that they have ever dreamed of having done in the 6 years that the mayor has been the mayor of Anchorage. His term cannot end anytime too soon. But beware, be warned, you got Forrest Dunbar in there. Forrest Dunbar has also been now signed up to be the next mayor of Anchorage. They have been grooming him now for the last 3 years for that job. Then he's worse than Berkowitz. So if you think Berkowitz is bad, if you're dumb enough to vote for Forrest Dunbar, some of the things he had to say in tonight's assembly meeting, I guarantee you, download the video, watch the whole thing. It is the most disgusting display that I have had to listen to in my entire life. I wish I could have turned my ears off because what they were saying inside of there, God help us all.
There's about 15 of us over there too, on the north side back entrance. If you're interested in taking a quick shot of those, thanks.
All right, I've been hiding here in this corner for quite a while now. I am going to go and check out the back corner back there real quick. The mayor will probably take the opportunity and says, oh, we're watching his video, and it looks like they've got the live stream off, so now we're going to go in a different direction.
Bleach your doorknobs before.
But I'm going to head back to the back. Got about 15 people that have been back here for a good part of the night, just sitting there waiting and guarding the door that the mayor snuck into earlier today.
Almost a capital transgression, right? Capital transgression would be killing children, right? Massacring people. Those are capital transgressions. Crimes against humanity. Okay.
I love it.
Thompson's watching.
So do you guys think that the mayor's going to actually come out of the building, or do you think they're setting up cots inside so that they can spend the night?
Well, I don't know. The riots are pretty airball out here.
Haven't they gavelled out already? Oh, they're still gavelled in then. Are they even conducting anything in there while they're gavelled in?
Yeah, they're calling in. They're doing call-ins.
Oh, so they're doing call-in testimonies right now?
Yeah.
Why are we not calling it?
Because you had to set it up before 2 o'clock this afternoon to be on that list.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 2:01.
They're not smart. You gotta go to the car. Continually do this to us. This has been a.
I just can't help myself. I gotta refocus back on this sign again here real quick.
All the little markers saying where they're headed. And say, oh yeah, it's okay if men go into the restroom with little girls. It's okay, you know, it's okay. You can't have a white caucus, but it's okay. You couldn't have a white lives matter movement, but you can have a black lives matter movement. You gotta stop that stuff.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it's really disgusting.
We're not white, we're not brown, we're not Asian,
We're American.
American lives matter.
American. Right.
until we get away from the segregationist mentality that they put us into, then we're not going to survive. So we have to do it very quickly, because BLM is not about black lives, it's about Marxism. That's proven, that's a fact, and they're not, you know, and they're attacking white people. They just came out
Hey, like that, get them to
last
me.
week and said white people must die for justice. So now, that's calling for that's terrorism. You know, if I see someone with a Black Lives Matter shirt on, I'm gonna get done on that.
I'm still floored that they declared us a riot here just a little bit ago. They passed an ordinance saying that we were illegally protesting out here and that they were going to have us arrested by APD. And this was earlier when we had 500 to 1,000 people out here peacefully protesting. To have APD contact the leaders of the group to let us know that we are doing everything in our legal rights. And they had no legal right to come out here and arrest a single individual. We've now had APD come and visit us this evening a couple more times. Several different patrol cars. They've all declared we are peacefully protesting. Yet the mayor and the assembly, in my opinion, are still hiding inside.
They're liars, they're thieves, they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and they don't want to face the fact. That's what it's all about, right? Cowards. They thought they were Mr. Badass while they were sneaking around and stealing money, and now that someone walked up and said, hey, we see what you're doing, they're like, you know?
So did you guys get to hear my political joke earlier today? Huh. Mayor Berkowitz. Oh, I understand that one. I feel sympathized for anybody that's normally like me. I'm already in bed by at least 11 o'clock. Very rarely do I make it to midnight. And I still have an hour and a half to 2 hour drive yet once this is over with to head home. I live out in the valley, so.
Build a new warehouse.
She's asking for a loan, which
And I really wish I could be. I heard there's supposed to be another rally here tomorrow night, or there might be one. Tomorrow at 10 a.m.
You should just rent a room and go
Man, if only I could afford the room. Everybody that's watching this video right now, click that link to the donate link to my site. Donate a couple of bucks and I can go spend the night in a hotel room tonight, and I'll be back out here at 10 a.m. at City Hall for the protest that's going on there. If they have something going on tomorrow night, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that one. I'm going to be live streaming the candidate forums that are happening at the Eagle River Cinema tomorrow night. Making sure you know who not to vote for or who to vote for.
And it's they're so good at deceiving now.
Oh, they are. I mean, Kathy Giesel, the Weasel Giesel, and her ads that she's got out there. I'm the protector of your PFD, yet
She's one of the biggest offenders.
the biggest thief we have. Her and Natasha von Imhoff. I can't throw her name under the bus any more often. Anybody whose family owns the Rasmussen Foundation that gets hundreds of millions of billions of dollars every single year from our federal government, from our state government, from donations, and then still has their hands out saying that our PFD belongs to them. Yeah. If you've listened to Natasha and her little circuit tour that she took here at the end of the year, going around and doing her speaks, my grandfather said, anybody that ever met her grandfather, from what I've learned, he's rolling over in his grave going, I have no claim to this child whatsoever.
That happens a lot, too. I know of a couple of businesses right here in town that were...
Rasmussen Foundation. You're close on the spelling there, but that's way too many S's, way too many E's, way too many other things, but you're close. Rasmussen Foundation is also the biggest benefactor of buying those 4 homeless homes. They are a part of the group that is benefiting the money off of that will be generated. They are one of the... They are one of the benefactors of the $17 million that will be getting to be spent on it. That's $7 million additional dollars a year that they will be adding if they purchase these 4 buildings. But the federal government tomorrow may actually have something to say about that, since they're coming in and having a conversation with them.
One of the things, too, that's never mentioned, by him trying to make us wear masks all the time, that's a violation of the American Disabilities Act if you have any kind of respiratory issue. And if they want you to tell them, like when I go into the store, I always tell them, no, I'm not putting on a mask.
All right, so they just adjourned. Adjourned and scheduled to continue for tomorrow at 5.
What's that? So they're done inside now. Well, I'm just going to move myself here more in the middle of between the two.
They're coming out right now.
Come on, cowards. Come on.
Okay. All right, the emergency hazard's here. The general emergency hazard. The governor. Okay.
Pretty this we could run back here to scope things
Sorry,
out here.
my camera wants to shut down.
You like limiting everybody's free speech? Shame. Are you proud of yourself? Shame. Are you proud of yourself?
Thanks for not letting restaurant workers go back to work.
Thank you for letting our kids go hungry. We appreciate that.
If it has to be behind closed doors, it's not right.
This is America!
If it has to be behind closed doors, it's not right.
What are you gonna do now, little Hitler?
Open this city, coward!
Open the city.
Little Hitler!
You're the only one with principles.
We've been out here since 4 o'clock this afternoon! They can't take 5 minutes to listen to your constituents!
It's called the Bill of
I
Rights!
liked you. Where's the other one? He's my favorite.
You violated the Constitution!
Oh, the big
Right to freedom
He told me I had to move.
Right to freedom of speech!
Like coward dictator, go back
You're
to
a
his glass
tyrannical
house.
government!
We'll see him tomorrow. And every day in perpetuity until you repeal
Little Hitler!
orders.
Little Hitler! Come on!
It's still peace on the block.
You will be removed from office by means of the people for treason this act of keeping people out of the assembly chambers.
Oh, look! Oh, the other getaway car!
Don't get mad.
Oh, look, it's the other getaway car. Isn't it? Isn't this a nice one?
This is.
Oh, yeah, this is the nice one.
Back it up, be careful.
No, Mr. Mayor.
Why is she backing up? I'm
them
saying
up
it
now.
can
You should resign!
Resign,
back up.
Open all businesses now. All lives matter.
I wanted to go home like 3 hours ago, but
Suicide's on your hands!
Pedophiles.
I know you are. I mean, come on! This is what we've been waiting for all night!
Mr. Mayor, resign now.
But I waited tonight!
You're in violation of the
I got to work tomorrow!
Now you can wait a little while.
You've been waiting for 16 hours. Stop.
Time out.
Go. Would you fucking go? You're too gutless even to make a decision about coming out of the
Will go to
street.
jail.
Please.
He's too afraid to face us. Let him go.
He is afraid. Let him go. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. Let him go.
Go this way then. Back up. There's no one behind you.
This way for the pedestrian too. You remember that? You're just sweeping it under the rug, Mr. Mayor. After your wife hit a pedestrian. You remember that?
You're killing it!
Don't touch me.
Go back to the hole, you rat!
APD swept that one under the rug just for you, Mr.
APD is here to support you. Excuse me, ma'am. You wouldn't hit the President of the United States, would you? Get up. Fine, let him leave, guys.
Yeah.
Open Anchorage. Let us work. Let us choose. Let us choose to go eat. Let us choose to go drink. Give us the choice.
And the mayor is gone. What a sad day.
See y'all tomorrow, y'all. Good job tonight. Good job tonight.
We're back at 5 o'clock tomorrow. It starts at 5 tomorrow.
All right, for all you 135 people that are watching right now, don't forget to like and share this. Share. You need to be able to see what our mayor and how he acts and reacts is doing out there. I am not done yet, though. I am moving over to go talk to Jamie Allard.
Thank you for trying, even though you're outnumbered in there. We saw something.
Oh, we weren't going to hurt him. Only if he swung at me. He swings at me, I swing back. I'm from New York. That's how we did.
So what district are you in right now?
I think it's District 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's...
Hi, Jamie.
Kathy. Hey, Bernadette.
Hi.
Oh, well,
You
look
guys all
who's
know who
here.
Bernadette is, right?
Yes, we met her this afternoon.
You're the only one left still.
Yeah, we had to get the cars out of here.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, when you are testing people and for anything, for X, Y, Z, and something's going around, most everyone is going to be positive because they've been exposed. And what it is that the immune system is doing its job 24/7, every nanosecond of our bodies. They are at war. And if you think your body is not fighting that virus or that bacteria of whatever kind, which is a big are going inside of it. Well, how do we know that? You're standing up right now. So if they testing it, that doesn't mean they have it. They've been exposed to it.
Did you get booted off of YouTube or Facebook Live?
Facebook.
They booted it off, didn't they? That's crazy. Yeah, I heard.
Just don't roll into any violence.
But now they got indefinite amounts of the mandates. So now nobody's going to know when they're going to pay back. The mandates don't affect me personally. Okay. But I know people who are trying to. And there is no pandemic. The hospitals are not overstaffed or overpopulated. Ventilators are collecting.
Okay, you guys, she is totally on our side. It's midnight. We should probably let her go. I know we love a lot of you guys have been out here 7
We love you, Jamie. Everybody here, let's give Jamie Allard a round of applause. Out of everybody there tonight, she deserves it.
All right. Thank you.
Reach across the aisle, not to compromise principles, but to be able to reach across the aisle and do what's right, even when it's hard. So we are standing behind you 1,000%. We're praying for you. That you have the leadership to make the correct choices. God put you in this position for a reason, Ms. Allard. I believe that fully.
Well, then I hope you guys remember that on election.
We will. We will.
Well, they're meeting here again at 4:12. They start at 5, so probably 4:30.
And they spend 6 hours here. I would bring snacks
Well, I
too.
thought maybe there was somebody here that left.
They literally want.
Oh, we were.
Oh no, they had 2 customers.
Did you hear
go
Gloria
in
was-
and like it was really chill. What's that? The cops did count 2 cars.
Were you hearing glass?
Yeah, I heard they declared us a riot. I thought that was pretty funny.
Nobody's car was
I asked
damaged.
them, and when I was in there, I made a
I can't believe
sent a
Austin
message.
said
They said
that.
they just wanted to make sure everybody was safe.
It was really
Like 9 people standing there. Good night. I know you're tired and have a full day.
We have a special session tomorrow, so
Okay.
we'll be back up, and then we have a meeting with the IG tomorrow too. So
What's that?
Inspector General, see how we're
Oh,
doing.
Inspector General. Okay. So they'll, when you get your head together, not right this moment, what is our game plan now to get those mandates undone and not shelved indefinitely? That's our next move. We got to get that indefinite. I think that's the way.
If the governor declared it not an emergency anymore.
But we can't do a couple of more weeks.
I know that.
We want to work Saturday. What's today? Tuesday? We'll, if we all open up and don't pay, we can hold our taxes too, and that's so.
But he's got a big following.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, go home. All right.
You're a rock star, Jamie.
And Bert, thank you for saving his ass.
All right, everybody out there in Facebook land, I am burnt out. I am tired. I have spent a very long day here in Anchorage. I am going to head home. Don't forget to like and share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't. Just click that donate button down at the bottom. Help support my cause. I am supposed to be live streaming a candidate forum tomorrow. I do not think I will be able to make it here for the protest. I guarantee you it's not going to be as lively or as eventful as this evening was or as what earlier today was. But if you are in the area, tomorrow is definitely a day to enjoy. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the City Hall, they are supposed to be meeting 10 a.m. tomorrow. Again, don't forget to like and share. Love you, Alaskans. Have a great night.